I have often found. Let's fix that. There we go. I have often found that the natural tides of serendipity will sometimes work in odd ways. I have, for a very long time, had a very real difficulty with sleeplessness. I often find it very difficult to just lay down and go to sleep, right? I just have a very active mind. I have a very hard time just sort of flipping the switch, laying in bed, and going to sleep. So I put a lot of effort into trying to be healthy about things like that. Go to sleep at a reasonable time. Get myself into that mentality um, of getting to sleep. And in the case of the last couple of years, taking melatonin when needed to sort of help push myself into that wonderful sleepless void. Not sleepless. Ideally, sleepful. Restful. There we go. But I find at times that sort of backfires. The last couple of weeks, I've had some very difficult times with getting to sleep at a reasonable time. I've taken my melatonin. I wake up and I am still exhausted. Right. I try to make myself go to bed a little earlier than I normally would. I end up sitting in bed getting nothing done for a very long time. Then, last night, I stay up fairly late talking with a few friends. I end up staying up until 2 a.m., obsessed with a random little project I'm working on, which hopefully we'll get to see a little more of in a near future. Stay up until 2 a.m., sleep for about 4 hours, and suddenly feel perfect. All this is to say that I find sometimes when I try to force myself to maintain a habit, try to force myself to maintain a good, balanced mindset, I am stymied by the whims of fate. In that same kind of way, for a few months now, I have alluded to returning to a series that I had started a while ago, a thing that I had tried to do, that I was unsuccessful in, kind of put off to the side, and didn't quite return to for a while. Something which has kind of haunted my every moment since then. Every few streams, Bison will show up in the chat and demand of me, what about this one monkey hanging on your back, Northern? What about this one little thing that still remains undone? And that is, of course, the Nationlocke. You see, a while ago, let me fix the audio here real quick. A while back, I came up with the idea of doing a sort of series of Nuzlockes. Oh, it really doesn't like when we're tabbed out, does it? Oh, it really doesn't like that. Jeez. A while ago, I came up with the idea of doing a series of Nuzlockes, which will kind of feed into each other, and which will ultimately require me to build up a big collection of Pokemon by the end. Kind of do a collectathon kind of thing, but also a Nuzlocke. I will put a link to the video of the explanation up on the channel description sometime soon. But point is, we're going to be doing a series of Nuzlockes. We'll kind of get into what that will actually require as we get into it. Oh yes, we have to. I forget how to wipe save data. Is this? Hold on, because we should actually have a new ROM. Ah, never mind. How do we... Okay, so this is the correct ROM. I just need to... How the hell was it that you reset your data? Up, select B. What the hell do I have set as select? D... Yeah. I think I skipped that too fast. Hold on. Wait, no, go back. It makes sense that we would... Yes. Yes. There we go. It makes sense that minutes after grandly declaring that we're going to kind of jump back into a long-form series, we would immediately face some difficulties with it. Shouldn't take that long, sir. We'll take the moment to fish. But yeah, so the idea is that we are going to be doing a Nuzlocke of each of the games in turn, each of the generations, or quote unquote each of the generations. For the first couple, we're going to kind of first, but boom, nice, woo, Bison, he's here. The first couple gens, we're going to kind of smush into just doing Soul Silver. Because I don't really want to play the actual first two gens. Going back and playing like original red, blue, silver, and all that is a pain. So we're kind of using just Soul Silver itself as our gens 1 and 2, and then going from there. Nothing. We don't need any of this. Professor Oak. I guess we haven't run this in a while. We don't need to voice act all of Professor Oak's shit. we will actually voice act most of the rest of it, but we will not. We don't need to. This stuff. We are North. Your name is North? Yes. There is a few other rules to how we're going to run things, but we will, rather than bogging down the actual like stream with that, we'll just leave that to the video, which we will get around to eventually. I'll be right back, switching to PC, gonna play Rainbow Six while I watch you. Nice. I'm guessing Bubba's got you back into playing it? Whoa. Hi, North, you're finally awake. Your friend Lyra was just here. She was playing hide and seek with her Meryl. Oh, I almost forgot. Our acquaintance Professor Elm was looking for you. He said he had a favor to ask of you. You know where the lab is, right? It's right next door to us. By the way, do you have everything you need to go out? Here's your bag, trainer card, and a way to save your journal. And options, I guess. Oh yeah, and it's a PvP game I feel somewhat competent in. That's fair. You were saying the other day that you were doing really good in the matches you were playing, right? Oh, we have these backwards, I think. Wow! Hello. I like your bag. Thanks. It's designer, I think. I'm pretty sure. So the general gist of how the Nationlocke is supposed to work. Huh, me? I'm not the professor. He's at the back of the room. Hi, North. I've been waiting for you. Do you know anything about my research? As you know, Pokemon are carried around in Pokeballs these days, but before the Pokeball was invented, people used to walk with Pokemon, just like your friend Lyra does. Pokeballs are great because you can carry many Pokemon, but walking with Pokemon must have some advantages. It could have something to do with how Pokemon grow or evolve. So I'm going to give you a Pokemon. Can you walk beside this Pokemon outside of its Pokeball to see if this brings any special feelings or bonds between people and Pokemon? The device over there has some Pokemon you can choose from. Oh, hey, I got an email. Oh, okay. Hey, listen, I have this acquaintance that people call Mr. Pokemon. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It's probably another Pokemon egg, but we're still so busy with our Pokemon research. Wait, I know. You can go on our place, right? Can we count on you? You can choose one of the Pokemon over there. So one of the ideas of the Nationlocke is that we're ideally going to end up with a complete collection at the end, but the Pokemon we're going to have available is going to become more and more limited as we go. So basically, once we finish a certain generation or a certain game, all of the Pokemon we still have alive at the end will be put into our collection. They're set in stone, they're complete, but they will count as dupes for any future attempts to catch them. So if I catch a Geodude in Soul Silver, I will not be able to catch a Geodude in any of the later games, so on and so forth. I kind of carved out a few exceptions for myself as far as the starters go, and then a few of the other like special cases. We're also very specifically using the randomizers. What do you call it? The randomizers, like get rid of impossible evos thing. Just because that will hopefully help us get through a little easier. Touch your Pokemon to see what's inside. So for this gen, we will be taking Cyndaquil. This is a thing that has been consistently decided during previous runs. I don't really know what theme we're going to go with, though. If Bison, you have any suggestions on themes or any names that you would like to have put in, feel free to sound off. I think, however, we're gonna go with our classic. We're gonna go with a Lucatile. We are, after all, slaves to the Dark Souls naming schemes. Is Lucatile the nickname you want to give? Yes. How do you like walking with your Pokemon? It's not bad, is it? You can take it all the way to Mr. Pokemon's house. If your Pokemon gets hurt, you should heal with this machine. It's so easy to use. You can just check the PC on my desk. Mr. Pokemon goes everywhere and finds rarities. His house is past Cherry Grove City. Go north a little past Cherry Grove. I'm counting on you, Northern. North, I want you to have these to help you with your task. Pokemon are weak in the beginning. Don't hesitate to use a potion if you think yours is in danger. So yeah, the general idea will be that we'll run the Nuzlocke as usual until we get to the second game in the series, and then that's where things will get interesting. North! So you picked a Cyndaquil. That's a cute Pokemon you have. When you walk with it, it'll become more friendly. You should turn around and talk to it sometimes. Oh, that's right. Why don't you show it to your mom? See ya. Hey, bye. I got this flaming rat. You want to touch it? Oh, North. That's a cute Pokemon. Professor Elm must have given it to you. Professor Elm has a task for you, you say? What kind of task? I see, that sounds a little difficult. But when someone makes that kind of request of you, it must be important. Oh, that's right, I completely forgot. Your Pokegear came back from the repair shop. Here you go. It's what every trainer should have. You can use the Pokegear to make a phone call, too. Do you remember how? Yep. She's still going to tell me how to do it anyways. I can't believe it's so easy to make a phone call. Cool. Bye. Now, the other thing that we need to have set as tradition is the name of this little fella here. So this is the famous Elm Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? That man will have a particular name. Wait 1 second! I almost completely forgot about this. Here, I'll give you my number. Don't be weird, Professor Elm, please. I am also noting that tabbing out seems to mess with the animations a bit. So we might take a moment once we get to Cherry Grove to set up the second screen. So I can keep checking chat without having to worry too much. Now we have done... I've played through the early parts of Soul Silver a couple times. And we've specifically gotten through a fair bit of it on stream. The biggest challenge for us isn't going to come from the portions we will probably get to today. For our longtime fans and viewers, such as Bison here, you may remember that we had a really good run going. Everything was coming together perfectly. And then we got our asses kicked by Morty with his ghost types. It was very disheartening. I went into a years-long depression. In the background, I had an entire traumatic arc that is only just now concluded. But now I am back, I am stronger than ever, and I am prepared for what is to come. Laggy, but I think it's our 6 loading. I'll do my best to pay attention and respond to you if I can. That's perfectly fine, yeah. No pressure. And he fishes. I'm gonna quickly set up the second screen so I don't have to keep tabbing out, because apparently the game doesn't like that, not the emulator. So back in a flash. Okay, there we go. Keep moving forward while we finish setting up the second screen. You're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell. That's okay. Everyone is a rookie at some point. If you'd like, I can teach you a few things. Okay, then follow me. He's speedy. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that you weren't wearing the running shoes. I'll try to go as slow as possible, so try keeping up. It's okay, weirdo. This is a Pokemon Center. They heal your Pokemon in no time at all. You'll be relying on them a lot, so you better learn about them. This is a store. You can buy things here. That's a road. There's people over there. This here's the water. Have you ever seen water before? I didn't think so. We're paraphrasing a little bit. Just a smidgen. Here, it's my house. For your effort keeping up with me, I'll give you my running shoes. They're still warm. Got you, didn't I? Don't worry, these are brand new. Anyways. We sprint by holding the sprint button. Holy shit, we can go so fast! So as per normal rules, we will not officially be starting the Nuzlocke until we have Pokeballs. But I'd still prefer not to you know, have any tragic deaths just yet, if possible. Ba 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 ba. Let me. Why is this? And the I forget sometimes that the Nuzlocke tracker that I use is a local thing. It uses your natively held cookies. So I cannot open it on one computer and then switch it over to another. Let's see. Let's get this all. Can we get it open? There we go. We'll keep moving while we wait. Oh, you're wearing the running shoes. They make you feel like you're flying, don't they? But beware of wild Pokemon and trainers. When you run, the noise will attract them. It's Apricot. Oh yeah, we gotta go inside here. People usually come to my house looking for Mr. Pokemon's house. You did mean to visit my house, right? How kind of you. Do you have any apricorns? Apricorn trees bear fruit once a day. I have one of these trees too. Apricorns are really something. You can make Pokeballs and other things. They're quite useful. I have a feeling this is meant to be. I'm so happy that I'll give you this. I feel like that I've kind of already overdone the joke of like people in the Pokemon universe are very prone to here, have thing, but you know. It's still a thing worth noting. With that apricorn box, you can carry so many apricorns. You'll be a decent apricorn collector. Thanks. Thanks for negging me. You'll be pretty good one day. You'll be kind of decent eventually if you really try hard. Not as good as me, obviously. I've collected all of them already. But you can, you know, maybe one day to hope to reach my level. I've also I've played through the like vanilla quote unquote Soul Silver, or played through this portion of it quite a few times. But I've also played through this portion in a randomized Soul Link quite a few times. So picking up the items and actually picking up, you know, antidotes and normal things instead of, you know, finding weird ass shit everywhere is surprising. Bam! Now, our other goal here, besides just, you know, the obvious, like, don't die and get Cyndaquil leveled up a fair bit, is we also want to make sure we're reserving a few resources. Because if I remember correctly, once we get to, I think, like, the second or third city, we tend to run out of money a fair bit. So we don't want to do that. Is it vanilla Soul Silver? Yes, it is. Yeah, this is just basic old regular. Well, basically regular. We do technically have impossible evos disabled through the randomizer, so it's not actually randomized, but things like the trade evolutions are disabled just because obviously we're not going to be able to trade, so just replaced with normal evolution things. You must be North. It was I who sent an email to Professor Elm earlier. I kind of went with the Kaiba voice on a whim, but he does kind of... The way he says that does have a Kaiba energy. It was me! It was me, Yuki! I was the one who sent the email! I was the one who got you to come here! You fool, Yuki! This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. It's an egg. A friend of mine from Ekritique gave it to me. I bet you can't find this kind of egg in Johto. I thought Professor Elm might be able to tell me what this is. He's the best when it comes to the research of Pokemon evolution. That's a quote from the famous Professor Oak. I wonder where that guy is right now. You're returning to Professor Elm? Here, your Pokemon should have a quick rest. And with that, I'm Professor Oak, a Pokemon researcher. So you're North. I was just visiting my friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. That moment a second ago where he went, oh ho ho, the famous and illustrious Professor Oak, was because I was in the room, you see. Oh, it's this a rare Pokemon. I see, you must be helping Professor Elm's research. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you that Pokemon. You will treat your Pokemon with love and care, it seems. Ah, you must be dependable. Would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of the Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. I'd like you to have it. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokedex. But I've stayed too long. I have to get to Goldenrod for my usual radio show. North, I have a feeling that this is not the last time we'll meet. Let's exchange numbers just to be on the safe side. Farewell! Hello, North. It's a disaster. This is terrible. What should I do? Please get back here. What the heck is wrong with you, man? I would say we should, like, run through and get a couple battles here, but actually, we might get one more level, now I'm thinking about it. I was gonna say we should be fine, because, like, it's not too difficult what we have to do between now and then, but, we do have to Totodile fight. We have to fight a strange and mysterious man. Pidgey. So we're gonna get a second level here, just to have. Okay, we're getting a little low there. I may have not entirely been paying attention while I was setting up the tracker, but it is okay. Okay, there we go. I was definitely paying very close attention. I was making sure nothing bad, and especially nothing embarrassing happened. Thank you for waiting. We've restored your Pokemon to full health. Please come again. One thing that we should also do, we should check what our stuff is. So we've got Blaze and Serious Nature. Let me record. Everything that we've got here. Sirius is... Okay, Sirius is a neutral. That should be fine. I'm not super worried about... did you answer my vanilla question? I've been having issues? Oh, yeah, this is pretty much a fully vanilla run through. We have evolutions, impossible evolutions disabled, so basically all the trade evolutions and some of like the weird other evolutions that are kind of difficult to do are disabled. But otherwise it's just your normal Soul Silver. So we're not like randomizing things or anything like that. Basically, I want to be able to actually use Pokemon like Graveler, or Golem, I guess. Ba, 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 ba. So I think ideally we get through definitely the tower and hopefully the first gym today. We should stop and heal again before we go on. And even my little, like, the stream manager thing has, is running into little, like, network errors. I don't know, I don't think that should be from my internet going weird, because I believe I'm the only one home at the moment. At the very least, like, we don't have that much that's passing through it. Let me make sure my laptop is plugged in. That might also help. Thank you for waiting! We've restored your Pokemon to full health. Thanks. Please come back anytime. Sure thing. Buddy old pal? Now, like I said, we've done these early parts before, which means we have a couple established things that we must do. One of them was, of course, picking Cyndaquil. The other is the identity of this man here. There are two things that are important that we need to establish about him. For one, he speaks in the Kaiba voice. And for two, we're going to have a very particular name for him. You've got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste. That's a Pokemon that's too good for a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Passerby boy. So we've got a couple levels on him, so this should be nice and straightforward. Again, it doesn't normally... Ugh! Switch tactics, quick! Don't touch him! Don't touch my guy! It is kind of classic for me to be in the middle of saying this should be a straightforward fight. Just for it to be turned on its head like that. Technically the Nuzlocke hasn't started yet because we... Why are you doing so much damage? It hasn't technically started yet, but it would be really, really ideal to win this fight because it's a lot of good XP. Oh, that's defense fall. I see. That's probably why he's hitting me so hard. How much was that? 7? That should be fine. Yeah! We outspeed him. I knew we were fine. Ha! Huh. I'll have to read the rest of the line. Do you want to know who I am? I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Give it back, that's my trainer card. Oh no, you saw my name. And whatever will his name end up being, I wonder. Who do we know that can be vaguely antagonistic, but in a way that's kind of almost friendly? Who do we know that is also a big fan of Pokemon, specifically this game? Who would think of himself as a worthy competitor to my own skill at this game? Who do we know who is also prone to being a little extra and dramatic about slight inconveniences? We're gonna just... I don't want to have to do 1,000 little... We're gonna go for, like, being responsible about leveling, but we're also not gonna make things overly difficult for ourselves. Who are you? We are investigating the case of the missing Pokemon here. Rule number 1, whoever did it will come back to the site. Oh my, so you must be the one who did it. Hold on, he has something to do with it. I saw it. There was a red-haired boy looking into the building. Yeah. Yeah, do I look red-haired? He must be the one who did it. Do you happen to get his name? Yes, I did. There's only one person we know who is dramatic enough, talented enough at this game, and slightly antagonistic enough to be our rival, and that is, of course, Gerald Elias. So Elias was his name, yes. Thanks for helping my investigation. My next assignment is to search for this red-haired individual, and then arrest him for crimes against humanity. North, I'm glad that they understand. Let me try that again. I'm glad they understand you are innocent. See you later. North, this is terrible. Oh yes, this was. Oh, that was. I was trying to go for like a little. I trying to do like a nerdy thing for him, but that was a little. That was a little. Not the right energy. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? Ha! This is an egg, isn't it? This egg may be something I've never seen. Still, it's just an egg. Mr. Pokemon is always fascinated by eggs. Well, since he gave it to us, we might as well figure out what secret it holds. I'll keep it for a while to figure out about the egg. What? I'll give you a Pokedex? Is that true? That's incredible. He's superb. Wow, North, I knew you were a little different. That's not a... That doesn't sound like a compliment, my guy. I knew you were a little weirdo. Things are going to be fun. Your Pokemon seem to really like you, so why don't you take the Pokemon Gym Challenge? If you manage to defeat all the Pokemon Gym leaders, you'll eventually challenge the Pokemon League champion. Or not. You could die. Good luck. Fight them. But tell your mom first. Let me quickly make a note on our tracker that we defeated our rival. It was a long and laborious battle, extremely difficult, really pushed us to the brink of what we were capable of. We probably will never see a challenge quite like it again. I had to use an entire potion. Oh my god, why is the Pokemon tracker of all things so unhappy? There we go. Hey, Ma! So you're leaving on an adventure. Okay, I'll help too. But what can I do for you? I know, every time you see prize money, I'll save some of it for you. On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save your money for you? Sure. I know what I can do to help ease the burden of traveling all alone when you're such a small child. I'll take a bunch of your money and hide it away. Be careful, Pokemon are your friends. When you work as a team, you can accomplish anything. Now go on. Thanks, Ma. I think maybe we just do the tracker on the desktop, because this seems to be giving my laptop some trouble. It seems to be very unhappy. Won our first match, Team Deathmatch for a warm-up lull. I heard your response this time, so out of curiosity, why vanilla? So, this is the Nationlocke. You may remember we had tried to do it a while ago. And it had not, we got our ass kicked by Morty. So we're trying to get back to that. Let me move everything over to the... new tracker. Mark victory. There we go. But yeah, so we're doing vanilla. So because we're basically going to be doing a string of Nuzlockes. There you are. North, you can catch wild Pokemon with Pokeballs. Follow me. A string of Nuzlockes? Just like that! Huh, was I too fast? I'll try again. Come this way. So you may remember we were trying to do the Nationlocke thing, where we do a bunch of Nuzlockes in a row, and then at the end of each Nuzlocke, the Pokemon that are still alive are considered captured for later Nuzlockes, and we were going to do like each gen in a row. that's the idea here, is we're going to do something like that. So basically, for this first game for Soul Silver, it will be a normal Nuzlocke, but then all the Pokemon besides certain legendaries will be excluded. I think I have a little slideshow set up that like runs through what the Nationlocke is. I might just turn that into a little document and use that as like a look, this is what the Nationlocke is. Our first encounter. Classic. Also, before we actually catch it, Bison, this is your chance to throw out a name if you would like. Technically, I believe we actually have a channel points redeem for names, but because you're a long-time close supporter of the channel, you have a free one on the house. We'll give a second for Bison to potentially respond while we quickly record that we caught a Pidgey, captured, added to the team. I don't entirely remember when Pidgey learns a flying move, but having a second type that's strong against grass types will be nice for the first little area. Sorry, the match. What? If you have any names that you would like to have, not necessarily just for this one in particular. If you just throw a name out there, and the next Pokemon we get, we'll give it the name you suggest to celebrate your longtime patronage of the channel. Unless you have something in the next, we'll say 20 seconds. Ace! Perfect! Beautiful. Obviously, we'll need to find some nice purple, black, white, and gray ornaments for our dear little Ace friend here. Now, we want no more encounters. No more. We're done now? If only I could be so lucky. But yes, that one was on the house. It's now a good chance to advertise one of the channel point redeems is to have the next Pokemon named. So, if any of our dear viewers like to name a future Pokemon. Lucky about what? I'm not sure. I've kind of stopped listening to myself for a moment there, so I'm not sure what the lucky about what was. I might have. I think I was saying like oh you're a lucky winner today to have a name on the house or something like that. Please come back anytime. Oh, we should check natures. Naughty? Oh, Mr. Ace, you're so naughty. That seems a little perhaps backwards. Lower speed, higher physical attack, which is interesting. That's very interesting. I believe Pidgey has really high speed anyways, so having reduced speed won't be a big deal, but Ba-da-da-da-da. And our encounter number 2 is Weedle. Please don't string me. The one downside about Weedle, there's not. It's good that we had our Weedle encounter earlier than later. But I'm pretty sure we want to just box this immediately. Because I don't think we want a Weedle necessarily for our. Get no! Excuse you. You do not do that. We want to be pretty selective with our leveling. Soul Silver is pretty infamously steep on the leveling curve. And Weedle is not going to be good for very much in the near future. So it's going to be a very solid, we have a dupe. Give a nickname to Weedle. So I think outside of the chat suggestions, we're going to stick with the Dark Souls theme. We're at 46. Oh, I forget which art is which. We will. I feel like Grey Rat would be appropriate considering. But I feel like we should save Grey Rat for a Rattata. There are some Dark Souls characters that kind of suck. Lautrec. Now, I would obviously never be so heartless as to suggest that any of the Pokemon we have are anything less than our dear lifelong companions here to make our lives a little bit better. I will, however, suggest that Lautrec is probably going to be fodder. Lautrec will probably not be a star member of the team. And that's okay. Let's go this. So that is 29 and then 30. Okay. So 29 and then 30 was Weedle, named Lautrec. He was captured. Are we still naming Weedle? Not currently. We have settled on a name. My screen is frozen. Let me refresh. You seem to have a lot of issues on your end with the stream. What might help, Bison? Because it seems like you have very consistent, like, the stream not keeping up. I might recommend dropping down. Nope, it still shows. Oh, it does. Why? Why did it do that? Interesting. That was indeed on my end, yeah. I have no idea why that happened. Let's maybe reduce the tabs a little bit. That might help. I don't know why. I don't know why it did that. It looks like it's synced up again now. Let me. Yeah. Interesting. Well, The general gist is that we we captured the Weedle. It was a successful capture, and then we walked back to the Poke Center. I'll try to keep an eye on that. That's a lot of damage. We'll switch train for now. We're technically fine with both Pidgey and both Ace and Liquiteal getting XP right now. Either one getting XP should be fine. So we should be fine to switch train. Kakuna. I will say the one, like, obviously, what's his face? We're not gonna stick around for this. We're not outsped. It's a cocoon. We're not outsped by it. Let me out. Let me out. The one nice thing is that we got a Weedle instead of a Kakuna. Because Weedle we can at least eventually work with. Kakuna would be a pain in the ass to try to make work. We're gonna switch train on the little brat. Still no level yet for Ace. Hey, can I get your number? I'll ring you up to battle. Oh, it's this kid. It's youngster Joey. I'll ring you up whenever I get the urge to battle. That's cool and all. I'm gonna run away because you beat up my little guy. Oh, what I should have done now that we have Silk Song, I should my theme for one of these games should be all of the Hollow Knight character names. Now that we have a decent list to draw from. But yeah, how's the Rainbow Six going over there, Bison? Beautiful. Nice and straightforward, still no level. I get the feeling we are going to be stuck with level 2 Pidgey for a little bit. We're going to take a quick moment to save, because I realize I have not done that in a little bit. And we infamously have some difficulties with remembering to save, so we're not going to have those difficulties. We're just going to decide not to. Okay. What do you want, kid? You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Then you have to battle. I worry about what this says about your understanding of consent, Mikey. Mikey, old pal. We could beat this Pidgey's ass. It does outspeed us. It outspeeds us by like a fair bit. I don't know how much it outspeeds us by, but it outspeeds us, and that is enough to be worried. I should check into when Pidgey gets Peck. Because if it can speed level up to that point, it might be a little easier than trying to switch train entirely. Okay, we were a little daring there. But gonna run all the way back again. I for the second time today already kind of went into a zone state of like, oh yeah, we win these. In the straight up bonk against bonk competition, we bonk bigger than they bonk. So we're fine, right? R6 is going well so far? Nice! Are you guys winning lots? I feel like Rainbow Six is one of those games that like I constantly saw a lot of, but I didn't quite get into it when it was like just becoming a thing. And now it has been long enough that there's just so much that I would need to like catch up on, you know what I mean? But it does seem very fun. I had a good friend in college. No! Stop. I had a good friend in college who played a lot of Rainbow Six. I remember him telling me a lot about it. There we go. We're getting levels. We're getting there. We are going to immediately run back because we are cowards, but it's not cowardice. It's just you know, it's being careful, obviously. It only counts as cowardice if you don't live to tell them off for calling it cowardice or something. Okay. I saw the little my stream manager like staying on the same screen for a second, and I immediately was like, "Oh God, is it doing it again?" Weedle. Oh, the Weedle. Please stop poisoning my bird. Stop! Don't poison my bird! We'll keep going. No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. 'Cause if I need to switch... If I need to switch Lucatiel out, I'll want to have someone that's ready. Stupid Weedles. Always ruining my plans. I have this summer, for the first time in quite a while, had the great pleasure of living in a house that does not have any of the usual annoyances for summertime, in that it is both a house that is not filled with 100 holes, so I am not being bombarded by mosquitoes constantly, and we also have air conditioning, so I am not dying of heat exhaustion constantly. And staring at a Weedle for a moment there has reminded me of just how far we have come. We're going to speed through, so I don't want to keep getting stuck on Weedle repeatedly. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Please go away, Weedle. I don't want any more. We're done. You keep poisoning my bird. Hey, I'm not a trainer, but if you look one in the eye, prepare to battle. Sorry, I was grabbing lunch. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to catch up with. Phantom is playing it for the first time and is having a blast. It was really just a hero shooter that is more tactical and strategic than, say, Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. Isn't there, like... Do the different operators do different things? Because that's been one of the big things that, like, with Marvel Rivals, for example, I haven't kept up with. Like part of the reason why I haven't tried Marvel Rivals again since it came out is because the just like learning a whole slew of heroes is a chore. We should be able to train on this guy. The stream also still looks like it's getting stuck on certain frames. Let me hold on. Let me make sure that we're not, because we are also occasionally dropping frames. I'm sorry, but you start with very few available, and you are allowed to try different operators each week. Okay. Alright, so that sticking frame thing happened to you too? Yeah, it seems to keep happening. Let me try closing fishing, because I know fishing tends to be weirdly task heavy. It might just be a problem of Twitch itself having problems, which is something that I won't be able to do anything about, but... we'll switch. And we'll see if this is any better. It seems like we're getting over the hill, so to speak, with whatchamacallit. The levels for Ace. So I fully lost my train of thought as I was saying that. We're kind of getting over the hill where Ace seems to be able to stand against some things, so we should be able to hopefully get him leveled up pretty quickly. Oh, the frame sticking thing might also just be, that might be when I'm tabbing out. It does stop all the animations when I tab out. Okay. Thankfully that is a dupe. This is technically another area, I believe. Oh no, the area starts over here. Does it? Okay, yeah, this is 31. So this is technically a new area. So I might be able to catch a rat or something. Nope. It's just Weedle again. Dark cave! If Pokemon could light it up, I'd explore it. Light it up, up, up. It's on fire? So my stream manager is also having network errors. I don't know if just maybe Twitch is having a hard time or something. Actually, we should not... Did I go fully offline? I don't know why we're having so many technical issues today. We'll continue on as best we can. Oh, I walked too far today. I'm sore. I sleep. I caught a bunch of Pokemon. Let me show you. Sure, buddy. This is definitely one of those fights where we probably could just leave it to... Like, leave it fully to Ace. But I feel a little more comfortable switching in. I don't exactly remember what they have. It visually shows it's still just getting stuck. Why is it... That's not just when I'm tapping out. Hold on, let me watch it through my actual channel. Because my laptop is also really having a hard time here. I don't know why everything is just not functioning in the slightest. Yeah, sure, you can have my number, whatever. Yeah, take it. Okay, let's at least get to the city. Like, it's constantly, why the fuck is it doing this? Oh, hold on. I think I remember what the problem is. Let's get this out of here. Okay, hold on. I believe I remember what the problem is. We're gonna we're gonna quickly run an ad break while I fix that problem. I remember what it is. It's the hardware acceleration. Does hardware acceleration? How do we turn it off? Uh, ba, 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 ba. Wow, we finished the ad break. Let's see if it will. Laptop's not functioning in the slightest. That's fine. Can we? Can we have anything working correctly, please? I would love to be able to. Is it from that? I'd love to be able to check, but unfortunately, my second screen is also not functioning. Not a single thing is functioning correctly. Okay, this should be the set of settings. Because if I remember correctly, there was like some part of the display method caused problems. There's the end of the ad break, so we should all be back. I believe we figured it out. I believe we found the solution. Why? Why can't I find the game now? Why? Why is it unable to find the game at all now? Why does it think Paint is open? Paint isn't open! Okay, so do we have to have this on? Open GL for it to be seen? Okay, this should hopefully be correct. We'll check to make sure everything is... Joey! What do you want? North, howdy, it's Joey. How are you? I'm doing terrible. Everything's broken. Oh yeah, I saw a wild beetle. Cool. You failed at catching it. Great. I'm proud of you. Good job, Joey. Get the hell out of here. Lyra, I don't have time. How did you get past me? Here's something neat for surprising me, North. Thank you. I have to go now. Let's go. Goodbye. Get out of here. Okay, that should hopefully... That should hopefully be fine. That should hopefully be that problem solved. We'll keep an eye on it, but... I was hoping to have a chance. I was hoping to be able to use the ad break to go grab more drink, and instead I had to fix stupid problems. That's okay. We're happy. We're calm. Everything is fine. We are centered. We are okay. I don't think we ran into any non-dupe Pokemon. Okay. I saw the screen pause on the like, okay, I'll take your Pokemon for a second thing. And I was like, I swear if it did it again. But no, that's both just the fact that it takes a minute and also the fact that my laptop is just not functional right now. Alright, let's put the yellow apricorn. Just restart this. I'll just manually tab out for a little bit. 32! We should hopefully be... I'd ideally like to get like a Mareep or something here. Ekans, huh? I mean, it's fine. Obviously, ideally, we'd be able to get the Pokemon that are mainly being caught to complete the Pokedex later. Ideally, we would not catch them immediately, but you know, it's fine. It just means that later on down the line, we will have better chances of getting the right thing, you know? Name it Scarlett Johansson? What? We'll name it Scarlett. I don't know what the Scarlett Johansson is. If there is a joke there, I do not see it, but... Yeah, like Ka and Scarlett Johansson because she played Ka in one of the Jungle Books? Okay. And Snake? I guess I see your reasoning. Now I hate to twice in a row do the whole like, oh dang, looks like we found some... Looks like we found some death fodder. But like I don't want to say Ekans is bad, but I also like. So Calm is boosted speed, lowered physical attack, which I think is fine. I think most poison moves are physical attack. I figured out that apparently the reason laptop was giving so much issues is because Windows had an update. And in classic Windows update fashion, it decided that that means that nothing will work correctly. We'll buy 5 more. We're also going to want to grab some more Pokeballs. Specifically because we're going to want to go over to the cave. Because one of the problems that we're going to face pretty early on is the fact that we don't have great typing for the first gym. Also going to save again, just in case. We don't have amazing typings for the bird gym. Technically, like Pidgey and Ace and Lucatiel will both be fine, but not like amazing. So ideally, want to get like a Geodude here. Perfect. Now, Geodude should hopefully not know any Rock-type moves yet. Yeah, it should just be Tackle. The reason why we didn't do this earlier when we were already passing by is because this is technically a little dangerous for us. Geodude could potentially cause damage to Lucatiel if it were higher level, but this should be the right level so that we can just hit really hard. Perfect. And this one we are going to name Tarkus. Another soul's name. Okay. It looks like it's updating better on the other end. It looks like it could have been any number of things from the laptop, or like not the laptop, but the laptop being updated causing Windows to take up too much network, to Twitch having problems. Carla, you already did it, but I owe you. Just can't do it immediately while in a match. Ah, there we go. Oh, and Bellsprout! This is actually really good. Because this should be our Route 31 encounter. I believe most of our previous runs, when we got our encounter hero, is Rattata. Which is still fine. Rattata I give a lot of shit, but it came really in handy for most of the Morty gym. Just the end of it that kind of... Oh, Bellsprout, let me think. I mean, do you have a redeem you're waiting on, Bison? Nah, go ahead. Okay. Let's do... What are plants in Dark Souls? Are there any plant people? Dark Souls plant people. What's that? That mushroom. Elizabeth. We'll name it Elizabeth. Elizabeth. So that should be our Route 1, or Route 31, Route 32, and Dark Cave encounters. And like a pretty good set. I'm liking our odds. I don't think Bellsprout's going to be relevant super immediately. The first couple gyms are going to be strong against plant. It could technically be good if we lose Graveler, because we can trade it off for an Onyx. We'll keep the other Pokemon on us, actually. We're just going to make a note not to level up Lautrec and Carlet right now. The others are our main. Our main concern. Let's see, Carlet. Let's get your summary. So Carlet was captured. Oh, we already recorded that. Dark Cave, we got a Geodude, which we named Arcus. Captured. And what were you? You were Bashful. What does Bashful give? It is neutral. Geodude to the team. Geodude is going to be very handy for quite a few gyms up ahead. And then 31 was Bellsprout. Elizabeth. Captured. 1 HR, we got Sirius as well. We're not going to add Bellsprout to our team just yet. I am going to box Bellsprout, though. I think Bellsprout can be a good... Like, if we end up needing a... like, someone to fall back on in the worst case scenario, I think Bellsprout will be great for that. Name. We're going to set up our dead box early. Just because setting up the dead box once we have a dead compatriot is always a bit sad. But we will not put anyone in there yet, because we are going to put Bellsprout in our box 1. We're also going to throw Ekans in there. Again, Ekans and Weedle are both going to, like, essentially be death fodder, but I don't think we need 2 death fodder on us at the same time. And of the 2, I think Ekans has a lot more potential to be a backup than it does to be a... than Weedle does. I don't know why I had such a hard time with phrasing that. So we gotta go beat up a bunch of Bellsprouts before we can go and challenge the gym leader. This will also count as an encounter. I believe Bellsprout itself doesn't spawn here. Hold on, let me... Because I believe this is mostly Ghastlies, right? Which would be amazing, incidentally. If we can get... let's actually switch out, because we don't want Geodude. Uh... None of our Pokemon could catch... Hold on. None of our Pokemon can hurt a Ghastly, actually. Okay, maybe we don't want a Ghastly. we'll see what we get. We're solidly in the let's wing it category right here. Okay, Rattata, that's fine. Rattata, perfectly fine. Now, Rattata, I usually talk a lot of shit about Rattata. And frankly, I think it's for good reason. Rattata is a bit, how do I put it? Ugh! Rattata's not it's not the LeBron James of Pokemon, you know what I mean? But what I've learned is that you don't need to be the LeBron James to be a strong part of the team, you know? Give a nickname? Yes. So since it is a little guy who has a big impact, likely before dying dramatically, we'll name it after our good old friend Grey Rat from Dark Souls 3. And then we're gonna run home because we technically took damage. So our main goal for today was to get through Sprout Tower. I believe we should be able to do it. We might not be able to do much after that because we have to... we've had so many technical issues at this point. Thank you for waiting. Goodbye. But maybe it'll be fine. People say that it became the middle pillar here. The nice thing is that we know exactly what every single Pokemon is going to be. we know what all of it will be, so we can be well prepared. The unfortunate thing is that they are all powerful against Geodude. So we can exclusively switch train Geodude right now. I knew it. I was thinking to myself, like, maybe level 3 Bellsprout doesn't have any grass-type moves? And I was kind of trying to, like, do the mental math of, like, when would it get Vine Whip? And then it used it immediately. So that answers my question. Yes, we're going to switch. We're switch training Tarkus. Why is he doing this again? Oh, no, it's not. We're on Tarkus. Okay. It looks like it froze up again, and I got very worried. I'm paranoid now. We've had so many technical issues. I'm constantly like, oh god, what if we're having more technical issues? Okay. Everything's fine. Let's switch Tarkus back in. Tarkus, it's gaining levels quickly, thankfully. I don't think we need Tarkus to be super high level. I think we just need a high enough level to have a Rock-type move. Once it learns like any Rock-type move, we'll be perfectly fine. Okay. See, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine. Everything is running perfectly. The stream is running fine. I'm not hyperventilating. You're hyperventilating. I kid, of course. Gonna run back and heal back up. If I remember correctly, we end up running into um, a wall pretty quickly of... Why is it stuck like that? Why? Hold on, we're gonna try one more thing. Because it still seems to be stopping and starting. Why is it doing that? We'll save real quick. I'm very annoyed. I'm very annoyed with all of the tech refusing to cooperate. I remember there being some setting that, like, gave it issue. .3D settings? Yeah, everything should be fine. We're gonna do a quick restart of it, though. We'll see if that helps anything. I almost immediately reopened reopened our the intro song thing. Open ROM. National Silver. See, it fully doesn't capture if we set the display method differently. Is filter better? Is that what we want? So it only captures correctly if we have it on. Okay. Oh. Oh, why does everything look like ass? hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The 3D settings, was it? Soft rasterizer, do we want OpenGL? Is that better? That kind of still looks like ass. Why? Uh, hold on. We may have broken everything, actually. Uh, okay. It still looks a little fuzzy, but that's okay. I don't know what we did. I think is it because we changed the display method? Oh, it's because the filter. I see. Okay. No, we don't want to actually talk to you yet. We can get a Pokemon from him. So we don't want to answer randomly. All right, let's get back to the guys. It's just not. It's still not rendering correctly. What the fuck is? I'm having an aneurysm. It's still, it's still fucked up. Okay, I think I think we're done for today, honestly. This is nothing is working correctly. What's wrong? It, the stream is just not functioning. I don't know why Desmume isn't cooperating, but we will be back with Resident Evil on Wednesday. Depending on how things work, I might try a different. I'm good for it now. If depending on how things shape up, we might just redo, depending on how the footage looks, we might just redo everything next week, because if none of this is salvageable, I might just restart, because I don't want... Do you think it's Pokemon? I have no idea. I have not the slightest clue. I think it's Desmume not functioning correctly. But it's... Several different things are constantly giving me little errors, so we're just gonna assume that it is everything, and apologies that it has not been a very productive session, but we will hopefully be back with it next week. Until then, I will see you all around.